just us. Yeah. Ain't nobody else, baby. Just us. Turn the world off for a minute. Listen.
Welcome to Just Us with Milton and Felicia. I'm Felicia.
I am Milton.
Hey, you guys. It is 2026. This is the first episode of Just Us in 2026. What you think about that?
I'm glad that we made it to 2026, y'all.
This is awesome, you guys. It is so awesome. We are so excited to continue with Just Us, as well as the Roll Effect podcast, which comes on every Wednesday at 7 p.m. And we have a devotional that comes on every morning at 6 a.m. So I need you to be checking that out, especially that devotional.
Oh yeah, kingdom building.
You gotta check out that devotional. It's really, really good. I wouldn't even lie to you. It's good.
For real.
But we're back with Just Us, and Just Us really is just about us. Like what our goals are, fun things, dates, and all the things. You're gonna see a lot of that in 2026 because we're gonna be dating. We're gonna be date nighting.
We're gonna be eating.
For sure. We're gonna be doing all the things.
Yeah.
So we thought today, but before, what you want to tell people?
We need for y'all to hit that button, and you know which button I'm talking about. Subscribe. Like it, comment, and share this information because this information is vital to somebody. Somebody need this. Somebody need this. Okay, all right. I'm just saying. Don't be selfish.
Yes, but don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. We would greatly appreciate that. So, we're going to start with what, we thought this would be a good time to talk about our couple goals. Couple goals. And if you're a couple out there and you have not talked about your goals for 2026, I think this is a perfect opportunity to talk about goals for 2026. Couple goals are basically just goals that you aspire to have together, as well as supporting each other individually on goals you have as an individual, because we are one, but we still have individual dreams and goals that we want to accomplish. So couple goals is something that we're aspiring to have together and to do together for 2026. We're going to talk about that today. Right?
Yeah, I think that's something nobody really thinks about. I haven't heard a lot of subject matter around that, have you?
I think people talk about it. I think it's just not so much on social media. Everybody's not on social media with the relationship portion of it. But I think people talk about it. I think it's just not
widespread on social media. To help people.
Yeah.
It's mostly my goals.
Yeah, well, it is our goals.
I'm saying mostly individual goals they talk about. Yeah,
it's our goals as couples, but again, we both have individual goals and dreams that we want to implement for years to come. So today we're going to talk about that. So I think the first one that we're going to kind of share is we communicate very well. Probably too well sometimes because...
Well, it wasn't always that way, but thank God we got there. And for those that don't do that, that communication part is very important.
No, we've always communicated. We just didn't effectively communicate.
Okay.
So we've always been able to have conversation and talk and just,
That's a good point.
It's not always. It was never boring because we're talking people that we love to just kind of talk about, and it don't have to be about us. It can just be about world news, whatever things that are happening. We just know how to have conversation. But when it came to us as relationship, we didn't effectively communicate well.
I think that's where a lot of people fall into too.
Because you really think you're communicating well,
right.
And then you realize You're not, because you don't get the outcome. When you don't get the outcome that you're looking for when you go into the conversation, it's
Right.
like, maybe I didn't say something well, or maybe I didn't approach the situation correctly. And so you have to learn how to effectively communicate.
Or maybe the recipient didn't receive it well.
Right.
So
Yes.
it's a two-way.
So your ears have to be open to understand and be compassionate when it comes to having these conversations. And I think it's very important. Now I gotta say, like last year I said to my husband, babe, we need to sit down and we need to do couple goals. I can't talk, you guys. We need to do couple goals and we need to talk about, what kind of trips we want to have and da-da-da-da. This one was not for it. He's like, well, why we gotta do that? Cause da-da-da-da. And I'm like, we need to talk about these things. And I think had we done that at the beginning of 2025, I think we would have been, I think not doing that was a mistake. So sometimes, ladies, we have to take the ball. We got to take the ball and just say, no, we're going to implement those things. Because sometimes, I don't know about you guys' husband, but my husband's head is kind of hard sometimes. So I think if we had started that coming out of December 2024, 2025 would have been probably the same thing would have happened, because you can't, predict the weather.
Right.
But I think we would have been more prepared for the weather if we had implemented some of the things that I wanted. So as individuals, sometimes we have to,
Well, 2025 was shaky for a lot of things. So
Yeah.
I don't know what that outcome would have been. But yeah, you do need to lay that kind of stuff on the table, come to an agreement, and just follow through. You definitely need a plan.
Yes.
And I think that's for a whole lot of couples that don't plan much. They just kind of go with it. And then you come out with that outcome.
Yeah, absolutely.
But 2026 will be different, and planning strategically, and that's where you need to be with either your finances, your trips, how you monitor what you're spending out on certain things, that kind of thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm going too
So
far.
the first thing we want to talk about is how we overcome challenges. Like as a couple, how do we overcome our challenges and the things that we do, and how can we do that better? What do you think?
Well, Role Effect Milton said
Just
that.
us.
Oh, just us. Okay, I see how I went back into how I think. Now I gotta think for how we should think.
Just us.
So
how do we overcome challenges? And what will we do better?
When she say we, okay, let's just say one person is struggling in the relationship for answers or solution or something like that there, then I think when that person just don't see a way, one should pull that person, help that person, the partner, I mean, and come to a mutual agreement and find solutions.
Yeah.
And just leave that person to think, how do I get over this? And that's what partnership is all about.
Yeah.
It's just like going up a mountain. We both tired, but let's say she's more tired than me. So I'm going to get up front and I'm going to pull her with a rope. And then when I get tired, she's going to swim up front and help pull me up.
Yeah.
And then we're going to eventually get over that mountain.
Yes. Absolutely.
That?
I think that's a good. That's good.
A good way to
because
put it.
there's always going to be a mountain that you're going to have to climb over.
Amen.
It's
Amen.
always going to be a mountain. Life doesn't just give us what we want. Sometimes it gives us the things that we don't want, and we have to learn how to deal with. But for me, as a couple, I think we're much better in a much better space now, where we can pull each other. I think because we love each other so much, we don't want the other to suffer in any form. So we're always looking at that and just trying to help where we can.
Now, if you don't have that going on,
Yeah.
you need to check yourself.
Yeah,
Right?
for sure, because you got to be able to understand that those vows are very important. And so challenges are going to happen, disruptions are going to happen in your life. How do we navigate it? How do we get through it? So our goal this year is just to continuously become better at recognizing a challenge, recognizing a disruption, recognizing when the enemy is trying to attack, and just cut it off then.
That's a good point, because as long as everything is going good,
Yeah.
you ain't thinking about none of that.
No.
But then when the enemy attacks,
The enemy.
now we don't know how to deal with it because we're not equipped.
Yes. So we have to be mindful and we have to be alert to see when the enemy is trying to attack.
Mhm.
So that's one of the things, like, I feel like we're going to be stronger in that sense, to be able to recognize when the devil is trying to attack not just us as a couple, but as family. Just recognize it. I say, we're doing a new process this year with our family, and I said we're gonna get it together. That is one of the mottos for me this year, is getting it together. You in trouble, or you in trouble, we're gonna get it together. Because I feel like in 2026 we need each other. People. It's crazy. It is really crazy out here. And so you need to, tag team it and overcome some things that you don't necessarily have to go through by yourself,
Right. I understand. I'm a history guy, but I understand how tribal people used to, work. They all worked together.
Yes.
And most of the time they didn't separate themselves like the Indians back in the day.
Yeah.
And they was a force.
Yeah.
With numbers, you're a force. But when
absolutely.
you're all alone and you don't deal with family and you're isolated, then, things can crumble real quick.
You work better together if you just, and that means that changing mindsets and being open to new things and not just being stuck in your own way. You got to move out your way, so that, even for us, in order for us to have an effective communication where when we get up, there's a resolve. I have to be a listener. He has to be a listener. And then we both have to understand each individual perspective on it. So and that's very important.
You can agree to disagree.
You can.
And that's okay. You don't have to win every battle. I think that's where a lot of tangling gets
for
in.
Sure. For sure. So that comes with just regular check-in. Another thing is just regular check-ins. You have to check in with each other. Sometimes to just say, how you feeling? How's your heart? How you doing? How was your day? It's important to listen to our boring days. Listen, work is not fun all the time. Work is challenging sometimes. And I'm sure after a long day, you just don't even want to talk about your day. But sometimes, fellas, you just got to listen to us, because we just want to tell somebody, and who better to tell than our bestie about our day. Like, listen, hey, this, da-da-da-da. I know you don't want to hear it all the time, but just act like you want to hear it and give us a little bit. Because I'm going to ask in return, how about your day?
Right.
Now, let me tell y'all about me and Milton, right? We are very different when it comes to explaining our days. I can explain my day. Oh, it was good. Yeah, nothing eventful. Da-da-da-da-da. I go, how's your day? My husband have bullets.
Do I?
It's long. It's long. So one question. Well, okay. Let me back up. And so it's just like.
I didn't know that.
Is that? Yes, you do.
I think.
Okay, like, babe. I just asked.
She didn't want details, so 2026, I learned she don't want details when it comes to that. So I can work on that.
I like the details. I just don't like every little bit.
I'm
yes.
Okay.
Oh, I went here, and then I ate here, and then I had this sandwich here, and then I don't need all that.
Well, that's how my mind works. We all are different. We all are different creatures.
Absolutely. The next thing is financials. How do you think we work with finances?
Well, there's always improvement.
Yes,
I know that
for sure.
And you just have to, and for years, me and you have changed the way we do finances. Everybody got their own system.
Yes.
You just have to find that's what's effective and what works.
Yeah. And
That's
I think
what you have to
for
do.
2026, financially, our goals are the same. We are
Moving the
hitting
same
this
way.
thing, and we are going the same way when it comes to finances and just being open to different things. But we really like to communicate about things, purchasing things and doing all the things. Like now, you guys, I want a car. Husband is like, oh my God. And so we had to come up with like a solution and a deal, because of course I could go get a car if I wanted to, but however we want to make sure we're doing things in decency and in order.
Right.
Let's make that very clear here.
That's the communication part.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of couples and a lot of people I've known of. Hey, honey, guess what? What? Oh, I got a car out there. What? But this is true stuff.
Yes.
And then, there you go, like miscommunication. Because
Yeah.
somebody didn't know that the other person was getting a car that day.
Yeah, we don't want to be that. When we're talking about big purchases, but we've always been that way. I feel like that when it comes to major purchases or just something that's going to be very costly, that we discuss that, because it's important that, listen, financially, if I can't get it, you got to get it.
Right.
If you can't get it, I got to get it.
Well, that's why it's so
So-
important to have those talks, because
Yeah.
in our little world,
Yes.
just us,
Yes.
I wasn't really aware that kind of thing happens out there until I really know certain people.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I'm like, what? You when you walked up, there it was? Yep, whoop, there it is.
Right.
Boy, that can cause some friction right there.
I know. So we want to definitely, that's one of our things, is just to continue to get better at that. And then, our future planning, like the future, what it looks like, what our goals are when we retire, which that ain't far, want to retire at some point. And so you have to plan those future things. And so we're just looking at that, talking about that, and seeing what that looks like, right?
Right. This is it's always an evaluation with the couple of what's down the line.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
you always want to look down the line. That's what the older wisdom people taught.
People with wisdom.
Yeah.
The older generational some of the older
Yeah.
generation people talked about, like things that, and when we was young, we wasn't really thinking about it. Because like, what? You think of age now is like, you old, and then they would be talking about things that they're planning, and you like, what? Because you had no idea, but now you're there, and you're like, okay, we need to start thinking about some things that needs to be implemented before we retire, because we would like to definitely retire well.
And be able to eat.
Absolutely. We're going to eat.
The way the economy.
We're going to eat.
Right. That's one thing I said to you a long time
You
ago.
did. We're going to eat.
Yeah.
We're going to eat. And so I think that's important. So our goals for this year is to also travel. We didn't do too much traveling in 2025, but we're going to travel in 2026. Just not so much as like, it doesn't necessarily have to be something big or major, but just going to do some things, weekenders, going some places, just hanging out, and just renewing us. You have to continue to renew and just go somewhere and just breathe a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's very important. Self-care.
Self-care.
Very important.
Yeah. Outside of your own, you have to come together and also self-care.
Take walks, hold hands, new scenery.
Yeah.
Different types of restaurants, and they don't have to be expensive, but just a new experience is very important to mix in that relationship or these long weeks that you gotta work.
Yes.
You know, they go so fast, and next thing you know, it's a whole nother year, and you look back and say, what about this?
What have I done in 2026? So we want to definitely do more of the self-care and taking care of each other and making sure we have that moment to just breathe and just be what we need for each other in that moment, because we have, you know, you got to recharge.
Yes.
And so in order to do that, you need that break for a moment just to step away and just to not think about the day-to-day 9 to 5 and all the things, all the things that comes with being men and women, being parents, grandparents, just all the things. You just want to take some time out to for just us, Milton and Felicia.
Yeah.
Right?
That's important.
It's very important.
You give to everybody else, you got to give to yourself.
You got to give to yourself. But yeah, that pretty much concludes our couple goals for 2026. And I hope and pray that you have couple goals. And if you haven't, if you're in relationship, you know, just kind of talk about those things, because I think it's very important to do that so that you can be on the same page. It's important to be on the same page, because I can be going in this direction and you not knowing that you're going in a totally different direction because we haven't communicated that to each other. So just be mindful of that and just try to, you know, 2026, let's get tighter, right?
Right. You can just enhance your relationship with your person. And the way you do that is communicate effectively, not just communicate.
That's right.
And when you do that, your results should be much better than the least of them.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Absolutely. So again, this is going to conclude our couple goals video. For the first video back in 2026 for just us, Milton and Felicia, don't forget, we have the Roll of Fat podcast that comes on every Wednesday at 7 p.m., right?
That's right.
And then Just Us, of course, today at 3 p.m.
3 p.m. on Sunday.
On Sundays. And then don't forget our 100 Days of Believing Bigger devotional every morning at 6 a.m. for the next 100 days. And I think right now we're on 40 something. It's 40. Go check it out. And you can go back from the beginning and look at the beginning all the way up into here. It's only 2 to 3 minutes. So it's really short. So go check that out as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Tell a friend about the Roll of Fat podcast and Just Us with Milton and Felicia. We would appreciate that, right?
Absolutely, y'all.
Yes.
Hey, and appreciate the roll crew out there.
We appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in every week. We greatly appreciate that. We love you, and we'll see you on the next one.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Ain't nobody else, baby. Just us. Turn the world off for a minute.